Okay, let's see what we have. What are we cooking today? Kabuli pilau or Kabuli pilau. You know, we call it pilau in Tanzania. There are two types of pilau that I'm crazy about. One of them is Zanzibari pilau, which is also called Swahili pilau. It's an amazing pilau. But I discovered 2 years ago Kabuli pilau, which is a form of pilau also, cooked slightly different, but amazingly tasty also. Different from the Zanzibar pilau, but also powerful ingredients, many of them are similar. Let's have a look. Let's look at this, the ingredients that are equal. You've got, of course, cumin. You have cardamom, a small, very tiny pinch of cloves, in fact about maybe equal to 2, raisins, salt, pepper, onions. And in the Zanzibari pilau they use garlic. In the Kabuli pilau they don't use garlic, but I'm going to use garlic because really, I mean, without garlic, I don't know. I don't understand food that does not have garlic. Also, both pilaus do not use cashews, but I'm using cashews because I like that kind of ingredient. In the Zanzibari pilau, they do not use carrots. In the Kabuli pilau, no carrots, no pilau. So we are going to use carrots because we are cooking. Now, here I have got meat, and that's a very important ingredient for both the Zanzibari pilau or the Kabuli pilau, whether it's meat or chicken, but you need the protein. I've got meat going on here, in boiling with some spices to make it a broth, and we will use the soup that we get out of this to cook our pilau. That's stage 1. Wait for this to finish, and then we start putting together ingredients. I have here rice. This rice has been staying in warm water, well, starting from warm going to room temperature, for 3 hours. I'm going to use that, and the reason I keep it for 3 hours because I like the rice. This is basmati rice. I like the rice to be, you know, individually. You can count it. If you can do that with your rice, then you have won. So let's wait and see what happens next. Okay, I forgot one item, a very important item, which only if you're an amateur like me, you will forget to mention it. Cinnamon. And as you can see, this is real cinnamon. This is very good cinnamon. Smells very nice. It's not one of those artificial looking cinnamons. I mean, honestly, the uglier they look, the better they are. Ugly in the sense of, well, the way they look, but very beautiful also to the sight if they look like this, because it means they have very good quality. So that goes here. Sorry about not mentioning that. Right. We have finished now the meat. I'm going to open this, and then we'll have a look at it and see what happened, what it looks like. We have depressurized it, of course, removed this a while ago. It's very important. Okay. Let's see. What have we done? Is it good enough? Let's take a look here. It's hot. I'm using neck and ribs. Those are the softest parts of the lamb. It's lamb, yeah, very soft, very nice. And remember, we will be also cooking this again with the whole mixture, with all the rice and everything that we are doing. So this is good, goes here. Let's put the rest of it here. Separate the meat. There we go. That's done. Of course, there's lots of flavor there, but okay, I need to use a different pot now. And I've got just the right one. Here. This is where we go next. Let me turn on the camera on this side so that we can follow it here. Okay, I think. Right. On. Let it heat up. Now, as far as these onions are concerned, I'm not going to use all of them in the cooking. I'm going to use some of them for garnishing, and that means they will go with the resins, the cashews, and the carrots. These are all garnishes, and some of the onion will also go there. The garlic, all of it goes in the cooking. Let's start with that. Time to test some of this meat. Now, we don't need the onions to become very brown, just about brown, not too much. I can edit this out, so don't pretend you saw me. Now, just because I have nothing better to do while I wait for this to happen, I am going to boil a couple of eggs to use them as garnish, to garnish the rice, to decorate the rice. Why not? I mean, I can do it, I'll do it. You don't have to do it if you don't want to do it. But again, food, you take recipes from different places, you look at them and improvise. Add the little things here and there, the cashews, the eggs, garnishing, the little things that you really feel like, and that's what it's all about. Food is about what you like, not about the strict rule as the inventor said it should be done. No, it should be done the way you like. So here, egg number 1, egg number 2. Let it boil, hard boiled. Okay, I didn't test the eggs if they are good or bad, but they look good because they are not floating, so they are safe. If they were floating, that's a different thing. Right, now add the garlic, and immediately, don't wait, okay, don't wait, add the meat. Now, it's not a bad idea to test some of this meat, very soft, so, okay, now I know the level of salt that is in the meat. That will help me decide how much salt I should add. Put it in. Let's go in with the rest of the ingredients. This is the cardamom with the cloves, little bit, because cloves are very, very strong. So don't use too much of them. Right. Then cinnamon here. And now mix. Let's go in with the soup. At this stage, you need to test your soup. You need to keep on testing how much salt. I'm very sensitive about salt, so I need to keep testing the salt content. Okay, we can still afford to put some salt. Let's put some pepper, a little bit of salt, a little bit. Go slowly. Let's take another spoon and test. Every time you go, you test your salt. You can add salt if it is little, but you cannot remove the salt. So keep on checking. Okay, here. Perfect. Now, all we need to complete this dish is a knife and juice of half a lemon. Okay, here, half a lemon. Let's start with half a lemon, and we can always add more later if we need. As I say, you can't remove things from the cooking, but if you go wrong, you can always add. Now, here we go. Right. Let's see. Again. Right. The meat is good. Let's work on the rice. And while the rice is getting cooked, we will work on our garnish. That's a separate recipe. To submerge a little bit in the liquid, so we are going to add a little bit of water here. Okay, I need the rice, or the liquid rather, to be above the rice, and we'll revisit this in a few minutes. Now let's work on the garnish. New frying pan. I need to find a frying pan. Okay. Here we come. Let them continue cooking with the residual heat and oil. We don't want to overcook them. We certainly do not want to burn them. So here it is, let them dry. And we go next, stage 2. Some more olive oil, a little bit more. Carrots, they stay here. Okay. Okay, olive oil again. Resins. Cashews. There, we are done. Now we are going to plate. It's that time. Let's do it like a professional. Let's do it like a professional. All this trouble and then we don't do it like a professional. No good. I mean, it is home cooking, but it doesn't say that you can't try it. Now, here come meat. Oops. Okay. Garnish. Then plated. Now comes the moment that I always call the moment of the truth. What have we done here? There's rice. We start there with caramelized onion. The combination is deadly. Deadly in a nice way. I'm checking this camera here to see if it's getting what I'm seeing, what I'm doing there. Let me close it up. Let me really close it up on this side. And what is that lemon doing there? Don't need it anymore. Okay? It's called home cooking. You give yourself some pleasure of cooking and then even greater pleasure of eating. Now here is rice, resin, cashew. I forgot to mention the bone. Now, the meat. Of course, we'll go the carrots first. Yeah, they make a difference. It is good. Again, even if I say so myself. It's a winner, really. You can do this, just follow the steps. Ingredients are happily available everywhere. No rocket science here. No rocket science. It's a very, very simple. Well, you got to put in some work, but it's not too much work. If you like food, and don't think that this is the kind of food you eat because you came home tired and hungry, and I want to make myself a pulao. No, pulao is a celebration, whether it is Zanzibari pulao, Indian pulao, Kabuli pulao, which is Afghani pulao. I forgot to mention that. Kabuli pulao is Afghani pulao. Whatever pulao. It's a celebration. It's a process. And that process you need to dedicate yourself to it while you're doing it. And if you dedicate yourself well, you get good results. And then you can sit down and enjoy your meal, as I'm going to do just now, with a nice film on Netflix. If they still have nice films on Netflix, I don't know. Okay, there we are. Done. Enjoy it when you do it. Thank you. Bye. Ciao.